Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Paul's Monday Market Update, number 171 for Monday, 27th of January, 2025. Just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. This is a weekly chart of NVDA, and listen, you'd have to have been living under a rock not to see how NVIDIA has been performing these last couple of years. All right, in terms of the kind of the media narrative and also their exposure and listen also the trend, and the trend has been pretty spectacular, okay, for the last couple of years. But we have talked about it, how even with great moves, all right, there's been pullbacks, okay, which have started another great move. We had a nice little double top there, okay, which we pulled back, but we didn't really spend much time south of the 20. We kind of rebounced every time we'd come down to the 20. We'd have that 20 period moving average acting as dynamic support. We pumped to these highs, okay, and then we did pump this double top here, okay, all right, but the reality is, even though it was a double top there, there's been such momentum, such strength, such media backing of NVIDIA and all of those kind of AI tech stocks that that invariably, you would be very wary to sort of just trade at reversal just off the back of a couple of chart patterns. But once you start to see that correlated with, as I said, the news that came out at the end of last week and over the weekend in terms of, whether the sort of the China deep stock AI, whether that has the ability to basically rug pull on, not only just ChatGPT, but also all of the AI infrastructure along with it. And it's not just NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is the big boy, isn't it? And that has just effectively sort of, put the cat amongst the pigeons, so we say. So, listen, last week we traded this, we printed this kind of, I would look at that as just a rejection candle there. But what I'm interested in is here, this is the pre-market, okay? This is the pre-market for opening, all right, in what's that, in about 90 minutes time, sort of, just under 2 hours time. And you can see that there's a pretty big gap down there, okay? So that in itself is giving you an indication of the fear that's there, okay? So I will be looking at this afternoon to see, how does it open and how does it actually play out for this particular session? As I said, is it just merely a little bit of a little bit of a storm in a teacup and we come back and fill that gap, or is it an indication of something that's a little bit deeper? In which case, I'll be looking, right, okay, is it going to get itself beneath that weekly 50 period moving average, which it has been above for years now? So as I said, it's going to be an interesting couple of days in a week where we have an awful lot of news coming out. Okay, we've got plenty of news across the board coming out, including the FOMC statement. Okay, not that people are expecting any kind of real move, but of course they'll be interested to see what the kind of narrative is expressed in the kind of press conference. We've also got the euros. Okay, ECB have got their rate monetary policy statement later on this week, and it's a busy week, okay, running in towards the end of the month. So I think it's going to be a rather skittish week, okay. So I would just be making sure you're on top of your news flow, making sure you're on top of your risk management, and also just keeping an eye on the news to see how it carries out there. But NVIDIA, all right, as I said, it's going to gap down and open this morning. How are we going to actually see it react? That's what I want to see. How will that react? Will it fill the gap, or will it roll over?